there's a theory for friendships that like each person provides a different like tool or resource. Like I make the joke pretty often that like with your car, my stories, and your ability to fulfill inclusivity requirements,
I mean, I
we're
think
unstoppable.
argue would be Ryland at this point.
Yeah.
I feel like to fulfill the
Yeah, these two
inclusivity
because she's a woman and you're white. So,
bro, what?
anyways,
I'm actually not. Wait.
really,
Yeah, he's gonna claim his 2%, his
Chinese.
2% Chinese, wherever those numbers
Okay,
come from.
I'm Irish. I'm Dutch. I'm French. I'm American.
That's white.
That's
That's
all
white.
white.
That's
So white,
I'm
white,
Chinese.
white, and then a little bit of Asian, like
Yeah.
alrighty. So, what are your guys' thoughts on the idea that everybody provides a different resource? For me, it's like it's hard to define too because it also coincides with that argument that like do opposites attract? Do the same types of people like become friends? You know what I mean? Because if everybody's the same person, I feel like I would get sick of them. You know what I mean?
Real.
I don't think I could be able to stand a ton of me's all the time. Not gonna lie. So, what do you guys think of that idea of like different people do different things in a friendship?
I mean, I could probably get your point. Like, I don't want to be stuck with like the same people with the same personality. It's kind of boring. Like, they should like have like a shift to like their personality a little bit.
I think it's also it has to do with like I think me personally, I think they're like my friends, right? Like I'll just talk about us, right? It's not that we have like we have different tastes and interests and whatnot, but because we've collaborated on a lot of things, I'm not saying that our interests are all connected or are the same 100%, but there's like I would say 20% of it is connected, but that's how you like build that fraternity. You know?
As an interest, like 20% of the friendship is shared interests.
Yeah, and then the rest of it I'd say would be just experience at that point. But like even though interest is a minority, it does play a bigger role in kind of like setting things off. You know what I mean?
It's difficult to like connect with people you don't know or don't have anything in common in the first place. But I agree that like over time and as people change naturally too, it's like even if you drift apart in the things that you do, if you still have that bond from a personality trait or something deeper or something that you connect with in terms of your mindset, your philosophy, then interest can take a smaller denomination towards that.
Right.
Yeah, because you get older. Sometimes you go into high school, you go into like different like grades. Puberty's still going on, and it's just like
It's a lot.
yeah, it's like a lot of like
Yeah.
conflicts and stuff.
What do you think, Miss Girl?
I think for my friend group at school, like, we all like talk the same way. We're like really close to being the same person, but we have like a few different interests, which is why I feel like,
Oh, really?
yeah, actually not really, but actually, you know what? I'd say that my friend group at school, we're all like the same person, except like, we grow from each other because I know that like they speak Korean a lot better than I do. And I speak
really?
English better than them
Oh, okay.
sometimes. So
There's a trade-off. There's a trade-off.
and
I
we have like
see.
our one trademark friend who's really good at Korean and English, so she's like our translator. But I feel like it works in the ways that like we like learn from each other, but at the same time we're not too different, so it's hard to connect.
I think it's also the fact that I mean, from my experience with my friend group when it started freshman year, it had to do with just bringing a bunch of mutuals in, and then like by the time sophomore year came around, it was like a huge group. We're talking like maybe 12 people in one group, and I feel like that kind of sets the stage for a sense of like intergroup tribalism, and the fact that you have it becomes factional,
Right.
And then because then people within that group, those subgroups, they have like then the bigger interests can converge, and then sometimes you have people who butt heads with each other on one thing or another, but then at the end of the day, I just feel like the homies you really like stay true to at the end of the day, like those are the friendships that you're like it's through a lot of time, experience, and like again, like I said, the foundation of which is to be that interest, but that's not the end all be all, because then you will experience things with each other. You will learn about each other. You will find out the truth about each other. And I think that's kind of what sets like day ones from, people you just met. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I have like 10 different friend groups at school. I have my choir friend group,
Mr. Chameleon.
yeah, I have my choir friend group, my theater friend group, my gay guys friend group, my dance
Come again? Come again?
my morning friend group, and yeah, it really depends on like the maturity they have. Like, for example, the choir and theater people, they're more mature. My other friend groups, they're like not so mature. They like do bad stuff. They make dumb decisions, and the other friend groups, like, they make good decisions. They're smart. They're actually taking AP classes. They're doing good. And my other friends are
Jack
just,
of many trades.
and so it really just depends on not like how popular they are or how smart they are, but like how like connected you are to them, like how much you've grown to them, like been attached to them, and like how like.
Who would you say would be like the group that you've grown like the most with?
I'd say the VAP people, my theater and choir people, because like
Okay.
we all like
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
looking at you with dagger eyes right
yeah,
now.
because we
Right answer.
because we all love choir, we all love theater, and it's like something we like to do. And
I think it's something about that environment too, being in theater and being in choir too. I'll talk more particularly for theater because it's like theater is kind of arduous at times, like you're staying multiple hours after school, like you're memorizing lines, or you're getting roasted by the tech team and the stage management team. Like it's like a trauma bonding kind of too. It's like adversity creates connections, right? That type of thing. Do you guys agree?
I can agree with that. Yeah.
For sure. It's like that, like teamwork. Everybody helps each other. At times when times gets rough, and everybody understands. That's what's important about having that environment of people agreeing around you.
going back to that, like technicians like roasting you, I think they're like trying to help you like grow and like how to be better whilst acting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I
how to
feel
be
like
good.
sometimes I think it's just like also like, oh my god, I think it's also has to do with I mean, me and Ivan, we've talked about this, but it's also like the ego thing. As
Yeah.
well.
Yeah, and like some technicians are like you've known them for like a long time. Like you've known them like since like freshman year, Ivan.
Yeah, freshman, sophomore, yeah.
Freshman, sophomore year, like let's say I was a freshman, I was in your footsteps. Like even if I was if I was like a stage manager and like roasting people, I wouldn't like be like doing that for fun.
Yeah.
I would obviously, but I would like help them grow and like what's like better, like how they like can
Improve.
improve to the show and how to like be a star.
Actually, since you brought that up, it does remind me of some of the notes that were written during our rehearsals.
Yeah.
And like since you brought it up, like I would rather be more like constructive with what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
I remember some of the notes like, I get what you're trying to say, but they don't sound constructive at all. It just sounds like and I get it though. You're writing it as it's happening.
Yeah.
That's understandable. Like, okay, fine. But at the end of the day, it's like not entirely sometimes some of the notes are like weren't as constructive in my opinion.
Could be attacking sometimes.
Yeah, it could be attacking. It's just like, well, what do you want me to do about it?
Yeah.
It's not like or sometimes of course it prompts you to go ask whoever wrote it, like, hey, what do you mean by this? And then they can give you like an in-depth explanation that actually is constructive. But at face value, it's like, wow, are you attacking me or something? Like, what's going on here?
Mm-hmm. And then I'm gonna spread this out to not just theater, but like criticism in general is hard to take. Especially from people around you that you're pretty close with. Is like why aren't you always on my side? But and like why are you saying these things? I mean, it's like taking criticism is difficult, especially for people more and less.
Yeah, especially in this generation after COVID ended, like people were starting to getting more toxic, and like insults were like more of a common thing. And
I think that's just part of growing up in my opinion.
Yeah.
I just think that I think all that kind of stems from like middle school. I feel like middle school is an experience.
Yeah.
And like in middle school, people were like think they were gangsters and stuff
I mean,
or try to be cool.
I mean, arguably, there's some people who
because they wanted to be popular. Because they wanted to be popular. They wanted to be known for who they are as who they are as like they just want fame.
What do you think, Miss Girl? Do you think that makes people more popular, or is it the opposite?
Definitely not. I feel like people who try and like
Good
be
answer,
like
good answer.
gangsters do like all like the illegal stuff. It's not really gonna get them anywhere. So I feel like, especially since like Irvine, it's not like there's not a lot of white people. So like it's not like those like stereotypical high school movies that you always see. Like my mom always like after school she asked me, "Oh, are there people getting bullied at the lockers?" I'm like, "Mom, we don't
There we
even
didn't have lockers in the first place.
Yeah,
Like, give me your lunch money.
that's
Yeah.
literally
Where's
what,
lunch
that's
money at?
literally what I feared.
Free.
Yeah.
Let's just read too.
Going into freshman year, I literally told my mom, "Mommy, I'm scared. I'm gonna get pushed into a locker." And
Lo and behold,
the
there was
lockers, and I took PE freshman year. The lockers
We
are
all did.
tiny.
Yeah, it's not
They
real.
are
It's not.
It was
It's
never a
not.
real
It's
thing.
not like the typical like
Yeah.
stereotypical high school
Like
coming
High
of
School
age.
Musical?
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
And but I mean, the weird thing though is like I remember like I don't know. It was like as the years went on by. So like come sophomore, junior, especially senior year, I've noticed a lot more people trying to act like, especially like incoming freshmen, acting like they're all gangster and shit,
Yeah.
right? And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, where do you know where you're at right now?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I heard-
if you're coming from like out of district, okay, fine, maybe it's the only life you grew up with, okay.
Yeah.
But if you live in, like, let's say you
The
live
gated
out-
community.
you live in a gated
It's
community,
both.
like
Yeah,
you live in a
both.
gated community, bro. You should
Yeah, it's all fake.
You need to behave, boy.
I encountered a freshman once, gangster, and he was like, "Hey, buddy, you want to hit my vape?"
That's not a gangster. He's a
That's not-
dumbass.
I think he's just got like bad habits. Dude.
You want to hit my grape juice vape?
Yeah, that's not even a good flavor.
Flavor jewel pop.
You want to hit my cinnamon toast crunch jewel pop? It tastes like the real thing.
No way. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah, it is the most ridiculous thing on earth.
But I do want to go back to what Rylan brought up. I think after COVID, I agree, people became toxic in general, so to say. It's a bit of an exaggeration, but I think part of it is definitely like the online experience.
Oh,
like with the
yeah.
online,
Yeah,
you're
and
not
like
faced with
puberty.
confrontation.
It's just like the I think there's just a lot of angst and a lot of well, I think that just comes with growing up too. I'm not trying to excuse the toxicity, but I am trying to explain maybe
Yeah.
where it comes from. And I would say, yeah, social media is a good part of it. I mean, like Mike Tyson says, like, we've gotten so used to saying things and not like behind a computer screen and not being punched in the face for
Yeah,
it.
no
you know?
consequences.
Exactly. So, because if you go to Instagram comments, that's the wild.
Oh,
That's the
That-
Wild West.
Okay, it's
That's
a
the
different-
wild.
that's a whole
That's the
different
Wild West. Okay.
that's like
You don't
the
even-
final boss.
You don't even want to know what's being said there. Something like some video, like some reels you get. It's so bad, and then you're like, oh, all right, let's check the comments.
Yeah.
And you just see how rough they are, man.
bad.
People are unhinged.
No, they're not just unhinged. They're straight up mean. Like, they don't
Oh yeah.
care. They're very
They'll say, like-
They're just, and I think
They'll
that.
say like racist comments, fat phobic comments.
Well, I think it.
like-
I kind of.
They'll like reveal your address and stuff.
You're done, kid, and they post like a copy
yeah, kid.
of some like someone's IP address.
I saw
Yeah.
I saw this one reel of a kid who said, "Another day, another sleigh." Period.
Oh, that one.
And then-
Yeah, that's
And it
what
was
I'm
like
talking
a
about.
whole-
The whole IP address thing.
and
Like,
then-
you're done, kid.
and then he made another video like, "Oh, that working. What did it give me?" And then he posted like his
Got
whole
doxed
IP.
again.
Yeah, exactly. He's doxed.
Hold
Like,
on.
hey,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. And then sometimes I open the comments. I have my own. Oh, this is also true. People get very easily influenced from the social media too, especially comments.
Oh yeah.
Like I open IG Reel. It's like, wow, this is such a nice message. And I open the first comment. It's like, so you would do this to your dead dog or something? It's like, what the heck? I thought it was like a good thing. It's like so easy to shift it. And then everybody's just liking that comment. It's like, am I just an asshole, or am I bugging? Yeah.
So I remember when it was the summer of sixth grade.
So I thought it was Summer '69.
That's
a pretty good song, dude. I like that song.
It's a great song. I was going into seventh grade. I remember I had TikTok at the time, and TikTok was like the thing. I was like this innocent guy who I didn't give a fuck about like myself, and I was humble. And then TikTok changed me. I was like a gangster. I was throwing up like fake gang signs and
Yeah.
all. I was
man, from
on it.
Grade?
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm from
I'm
Yeah.
from Memphis.
And I remember told this one old lady, her name was Miss Sue, and she was like asking me a question, and I said it to her face straight up, bet bro.
You know what that reminds me of? Like when I had a teacher in fifth grade.
And I was also touching people that time.
You still do.
Yeah, you still do. So
I
fifth
respect
grade.
boundaries,
So
but-
fifth grade. There actually that reminds me of fifth grade. There was this. I had a teacher. She was really sweet, really kind. She always would open the door, like say, like for us to say good morning, good morning, good morning, and then you'd be that one kid who'd be like saying
Sup?
bad morning, bad. I did.
like sometimes I'd like
good.
wish to like to punch them.
Did you say?
my god.
Okay. What did I say?
Say
Not here.
Never here.
Oh, you know what?
Adios.
You know what? You know what I hated? So like, when you go on field trips and you're on the bus, right? And the teacher starts counting, is like, is everybody here? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that one dumbass kid in the front goes, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like they don't need your help, bro. They don't need your help.
It's either that or like they're just throwing off the count, which is funny.
Like
Yeah.
field trips are like the best thing about like school. Like you like in elementary, especially in elementary school, it was like the best thing ever.
Well, because
Oh, yeah.
I think during that time, like you just take it for granted,
Yeah,
You-
you
all
spread
those
your wings.
trips, but like, and then middle school, I remember there were like 1 or 2 field trips we had, but that was like I remember it was at JT. We went to go see a church, and then we went to go see a mosque.
Oh, us too.
Yeah,
Oh,
and then-
oh yeah, this was during 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were supposed to go see a Buddhist temple as well, but it was the one all the way over in like near the airport. There's one near the airport, but we didn't get to go see that one. Oh wait, no, was it? I'm not too sure. But after that, it's like, okay, here comes high school. All right, where's my field trip at?
Oh, true. That's a good point. That's
Yeah,
a great
that-
point.
You know what COVID ruined for me? That like 6th grade like thing where you go to like Big Bear or something.
Yes, I
Dude, I was gonna go to Catalina Island for my school, bro.
I
was. Wait, really?
Yeah, for cadence.
I was
We're gonna go to
No
Catalina for
way!
8.
You don't understand how pissed I was when I didn't go to outdoor ed. I literally screamed.
No, okay, outdoor
so-
ed. Okay, outdoor ed for me.
Fucking horrible.
Outdoor ed for me, I feel like my school got the most boring outdoor ed because I hear schools, Woodbury went to Big Bear, y'all go to Catalina,
Yeah.
right? I only got to go to Orange, so
Dang.
it's like up in the mountain. It's like near like that one road, El Toro Road that goes like to Irvine Lake,
Yeah.
like Elsinore. So it's like a little bit up there near up like North Tustin kind of,
Mhm.
right? And we went there, but I mean it wasn't too bad, but hearing where everyone else got to go, like, oh, we got to go to Big Bear. I'm like, Big Bear?
Yeah.
Wow, it was snowing?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. That's outrageous.
What was your guys' outdoor ed experiences?
Ooh.
None.
None.
No.
COVID.
I could talk about mine.
I'll talk about mine as well.
Wearing a mask.
Since
Bro.
I got that unk status.
Like, honestly, it's
I had to break up
horrible.
a fight.
Oh.
at outdoor ed.
In 6th grade.
Yeah, now there's these 2 Chinese boys who are like
What the fuck?
I'm not talking like, okay,
That's me.
No, that's me. No, literally, they're like well, Tony, ma, like that kind of shit, right? And I mean, that's so many countless experiences. Like because it's not like they were like ABC, right? Like
Yeah.
American-born Chinese. No, they were straight from the motherland Chinese. Okay. Straight, from
From the head of the rooster.
From straight out of Beijing, and no, but they were like cussing. They were fighting, and I was like,
Oh,
"Whoa,
dang.
break it up!" And then one of the counselors was like, "Oh, thank you so much." I'm like, "Yeah, no problem." But actually, that same counselor as well, she had a Twitch account.
Oh, shit.
She did Twitch, and it's somehow we found out. Like, I think she just played Overwatch or something. We were all like, "What's your Twitch? What's your Twitch? What is
She should
it?"
have dropped it, low key.
Should have dropped it.
Yeah.
We got some new
Because
subscribers.
counselors usually aren't like adults. Like they don't need a. I don't think you need a doctorate for that.
Nah. And then we built like these rocket, like the soda, like the liter
shit.
rockets,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And my group, we called it 18 Cowboys. If you know the song, Ram Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you know Ram Ranch,
Oh,
then
bro,
then you know how it
That's
starts.
big.
Yeah, and actually we won.
18 naked
Really?
cowboys
No,
in the ranch.
no, we won that actually. So
No way.
18 Cowboys won, and I mean that's about it. I guess that's all the fun. I forgot about one thing: the sleeping experience.
Oh my god.
The sleeping experience.
Oh,
So there's so one guy in my group who, I'm sorry to say this, but he was Filipino.
Damn.
Okay.
Telling me.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's part of your people, you know. So he was a very
Brother.
he was so sixth grade, right? So like this is like right when puberty starts, right? So we're all talking about like jerking off and all that shit.
What?
And
Naturally.
he legit I kid you, so like we all had to bring sleeping bags, right? He tried to rub one out in his sleeping bag. And he told us when he was gonna do it. Like he scheduled that shit. He scheduled it. Yeah, no. He's like, all right, guys.
Everybody.
No, he was like telling us all in a room, "Hey guys, I'm gonna go jerk off now." I'm like, "Where?" Oh, in the sleeping bag. I'm like, okay.
Did he sleep in
That's
it?
so obvious.
Did he
Though, if
sleep
you do
in
it in the back.
No, he didn't come, but like
Wait.
no,
Did he
he
sleep?
tried. He tried. He didn't come.
In
but
6th grade?
yeah, sixth grade.
Bro.
For real. And then the poor thing was okay. So
It's like Jack and the Beanstalk.
no, okay. And another thing was so our group, right? The room that we had that all of us were sleeping in. So it was me, that guy, some other dudes. And then there's this one other Chinese guy. I ran against him for student council president that year, right? I lost to him, but he was the president, and he was like he's the studious type, like he's in the debate club, or not debate club, but he's like in a debate program or some shit like that. He's a very intelligent guy, but poor guy, he was literally studying for his like debate competition
In outdoor ed.
in outdoor ed, while my friend, he was jerking off in his sleeping bag.
They really had.
Wait,
Everybody was there. They
did he
really had
also-
everybody.
Everyone was there, and then another room. There was another room, right?
Uh-huh.
Of other people who were sleeping in there. There's this one guy.
Was it live?
He would not shut the fuck up while everyone was trying to go to sleep, and the counselors fucking hated it, right? But so everyone was like, Adam, like shut the fuck up, we're trying to go to sleep. So what they did was, so I know some other these guys who were my friends, they all like got up and start beating his ass. Like that one scene from Full Metal Jacket. Private Pile. Like all the Marines in the barracks, they're all like using like the soap in the sock.
Oh yeah.
And they start beating his ass.
Oh shit.
I'm not saying it was like that. I'm not sure. I wasn't sleeping in the same room. But honestly, that's kind of the same vibe. They're all like kicking him and shit, like telling him to shut the fuck up.
Damn.
And and after that, he was quiet.
So which room would you rather be in?
Honestly, I would, that night of him getting his ass beat, I probably would have jumped in on that action.
Was he loud?
Yeah, I could hear from the other fucking room.
Oh, was he screaming? Was he
He
screaming?
was just screaming. He was just being like, everyone else was
Just never
quiet,
shut up.
trying to get some sleep, but he would not
Was he
shut
like,
up.
Was it that?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
But he was very talkative.
Oh.
That was his problem. And then I remember the shower experience is like they're all telling us like, hey, the school, our teachers are telling us like before outdoor ed, hey, you need to learn how to take a 2-minute shower.
I'd cry. I'd actually cry.
And then you have to like, and I remember I was timing myself.
I did an hour
while I
pace.
was there, man, I took 10 minutes.
Yeah, it does not matter.
Like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
all
it
right.
does not matter at all.
I remember in 5th grade, I knew this one guy who said, "I want to shower with other guys."
I mean, you can join the army. You can you can do just that.
And like he said it in like a weird
go
way.
to
It was like,
prison.
"I really want to shower with other guys," and that's what
wink.
And that
Wait,
that's,
nudge.
he didn't wink though. That's the thing. He was really like commandative about it though.
He demanded.
He demanded it.
Like he wants.
You will shower with me naked.
That's
Our bodies will be touching. We will be sword fighting in there too.
that's basically what he meant.
Disgusting too.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam conscription poster.
I want you to shower with me. Oh my goodness. No, I mean, to be honest with you, my outdoor ed experience was a blast.
Really?
It was fun, but I feel like going out in like the sticks, like up in Big Bear or Gathering Island, that would even be even more fun.
The thing is,
Now, what was your experience, Ivan?
in my experience, when I was a jit, like I would do nothing but like watch anime and TV. So like going all the way out there, that was a little scary.
That was a death sentence for
Yeah,
you. Man.
also for the other field trips, I was like, "Oh, mom, can you come with me?" Because I thought it would be like fun. I wasn't like scared, but I wanted my mom to come. But suddenly, I was like a week or a weekend or something.
Yeah.
It was like 2 or 3 days or so, and all out all on my own. And then I did not get the group I wanted at all.
Oh, that's
Like I was with people I had in like my previous year, but I was like, "Yo, who the fuck are these people?" I was like, I was pissed. So like, first thing I did when I went to outdoor ed. Also, I thought this was funny, but honestly, it was just sad. I just went into the bathroom, went into the corner, and like sat there
Oh,
like a
The
little
whole time?
bitch. No, for like a good 20 minutes. A little bitch. It was bad, dude. I was so scared because like, who the fuck are these random kids?
right.
And then like. I heard of all the activities they're doing. I was like, man, I just want to watch Naruto. Like, I did not give a fuck.
Natural
Little fucking
Filipino.
weeb.
Yeah, dude. Yes, I was. I really was. And then when I heard Night Walk, I got so pissed. I was like, fuck no.
Oh,
not that
yeah,
walk.
no.
Yes, Night Walk. It was the greatest walk of my life. It was so fun.
No, no.
Yeah.
I remember that we had to do a night walk too, like a night hike, and
Yeah.
everyone was like, I thought it was good. It was cool.
I was that kid. It was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Ivan,
What?
what was your shower experience like?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
So like,
Uh-oh.
for some reason, like, so you had to bring your own soap, right? They didn't have soap, right?
Yeah, we had
So-
the same thing too.
I told my parents like, yo, they don't have soap, so let's buy some. I was like, okay, bet. And then for some reason, because I was like so flustered the whole situation, I was like, I want to shower first. And then I forgot that there was no soap there.
Oh,
and like
shit.
it was literally in my luggage. I had it and I was like, yo guys, I don't got no soap. And they're like, you were supposed to bring it. It was like,
My bad.
even though I did, I was like, oh fuck. So I was just straight like water shower. And it was cold as fuck too. Like, water wasn't even hot. So I was just rinsing
It's
myself.
fucking military shower.
Yeah, it was a military shower. I was like, ah, fuck.
Now, what was your sleeping experience like?
Ooh, sleeping was honestly not too bad. But I wasn't like the best sleeper anyway.
Nobody jerked off. Nobody got
No,
beat
no,
up.
no.
Nah,
It was pretty chill. Oh, my guy played his guitar while we were sleeping.
That's cool.
Or while to get us to sleep.
You guys sleep in like tents or a cabin?
It was a cabin and we bring sleeping bags, but it's like bunks, but you bring the
Yeah,
bag on.
same here.
Yeah.
I mean, cabin. It's not like your traditional like log cabin where you
Yeah.
like duck like out in like in the frontier.
Yeah.
it's just literally just like a house, pretty much.
Yeah. With like a ton of beds.
Right.
Yeah. It was fun though. I remember one of the most memorable things of outdoor ed was the night walk. And like, did you do the thing that they said about pirates? Did they tell you a pirate story?
I don't remember any stories.
So a story they said this was at night. So they said cover one of your eyes. And they said the reason or a theory why people think pirates wore eye patches wasn't only to hide a missing eye, but also it could be to train their eye in dark situations so that it would be an advantage over the military because the military have to use candles and shit and they could just have night vision. And so this whole time they were saying that story, they had us cover our eyes like this. And then they said, all right, look into the darkness with your eye out. And I was like, oh. And I had night vision. It was crazy. I could like see anything.
Bravo 6 going dark.
Yeah, I was like, shh. No, it really was. It really was like that. It had like the white filter and everything. Like everything looked white.
Yeah.
It was insane. I was like, what the dizzle?
Man.
Yeah. Well, that was crazy. I like outdoor ed.
Mm.
Anyways,
Yeah.
so time to bring it back to the topic of teamwork a little.
All right.
So for our group specifically, what do you guys feel us and each other provide in our friendship? I'll go first. You provide the car.
I mean, ever since you got your
License.
license the other day, I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's very accurate.
Mhm, mhm. How about you, Rylan? What do you provide?
Yeah, what do you provide?
I provide.
Inclusivity requirements.
I provide
the
the.
token white guy at Chinese
You-
restaurants.
you-
Let me talk, bro. Oh
the guy who like says, I can use chopsticks. Hold on, wait, how do I do this again, guys?
You ate
That was so
wasabi.
funny.
You ate wasabi thinking it was freaking like ice cream.
Wasabi. Okay, first of all, wasabi is not that spicy.
It's bitter.
You were
It's bitter.
dying.
It's bitter, and then when it attacks, I mean, you'll change your story when you're like it attacks your nose, but like yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, but I bring like the jokes. I bring like the entertainment. I'm like the comedian. Comedian.
Oh,
This guy.
What do you think, Miss Girl?
I don't know.
All right, guys.
I don't
Woman.
know.
We have to figure out what Joanne provides.
Woman.
She provides
Diversity.
Diversity.
That
Asian.
that like
Asian.
I mean it's that cultural flair.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
like wherever like we're like out in like restaurants, she always like pours us water.
Mhm.
Like, passes
Oh,
us-
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it.
It's probably the nicest out of
Yeah.
all of us.
Real. The one who has the most manners.
Yeah, oh, true.
Oh,
And then
by far.
she talks to the waiters, and I don't want to talk to the waiters.
So basically,
Like a little bitch.
Mom.
Like a little bit. Ivan, you're like a little bitch.
Yeah.
That.
No. I could run your shit up. No kizzy. All right, bro. All right, bro.
man, take them glasses off.
Those are my glasses, dude. It's not even yours.
They look good on me.
I mean,
You want them, Ivan?
No, I'm good. I don't want
I
them.
mean, you just look like a nerd.
You still look
No.
like a nerd.
Yeah,
Alright, whatever.
makes no difference.
It's the hair.
It is the hair.
So what do you provide, Ivan?
Mm,
yeah, that's a good question. What do you provide?
I think I was going to expand onto this. I think I have the wisdom. I have some wisdom in the group, some advice. Also the jokes, the physicality,
sir. Yes,
The
sir.
house.
the aura, the house. Yeah,
the house,
the podcast.
the hangout.
But anyways, I was gonna say, I think because me and Brandon have experienced life a little more than y'all two, I think me and Brandon are good advice givers to y'all. Would
Yeah.
y'all agree?
I mean, unfortunately, I've been placed in that position for like a long time. Now,
Yeah.
So.
For a lot of people, same.
Like
Yeah.
friendship advice, like homework advice, relationship advice, a lot of advice.
Relationship advice. But I'm sure Brandon can agree. Like you guys have grown a lot since when we first met, especially you, Rylan.
Yeah, yeah.
You become a lot more
Yeah,
mature.
yeah. This guy
Yeah.
Yeah. You become a somebody.
never thought
You might be a somebody.
Never thought he'd get a girlfriend. Never thought. Of
Yeah.
It's too stupid.
Well, that was not in my bingo card. So.
Yeah.
But I did.
Congrats.
Oh, you guys know what you remember that thing in advice when you had to like write a letter to yourself?
Oh yeah.
I was complaining. I was writing my
Hey, when did we
my
do
stuff.
that? I
Freshman-
remember. Okay, I
I
remember
remember doing that in middle school.
I remember doing that in middle school too, but it's not like I'm gonna get.
No,
the letter
that
back
was
anyway.
for English class. Like freshman year, you had to like write a letter to yourself, and you had to review it. For English, I remember this in English. You had to do this in English 8th grade. You had to like write a letter to yourself, and like
Yeah.
after high school, like yeah.
I don't think I kept.
I
it,
remember I put,
unfortunately.
hey,
I wish I kept it though.
get yourself a girlfriend,
Hey.
and that was and I put that
manifested,
and I put that like in all bold.
All
Damn.
full caps.
Bro, the brother was thirsty. He
Yeah.
needed one.
Sure was, man.
I saw my letter that I wrote myself from 4th grade, and I had my priorities straight, and I still do. It's the first sentence, all A's.
All
All
A's.
A's.
You better get all A's, Joanne. You
I-
don't.
I read the letter,
Animation.
and I remember I wrote the same thing in freshman year.
Oh,
So lame.
lame as fuck. Huh?
Watch her get an F.
You're such a square.
You are such a sweat.
Alrighty. So, I want to ask y'all, what are some pieces of advice that you could give to us, the youngins to the unks? What do you think?
Yeah. If
Mr.
if y'all could offer anything to us as the
We'll see. We'll grade you.
yeah.
Watch your back when you get older.
What?
It'll hurt.
Like
Yeah.
watch like
Back shots.
don't like what do you mean by that? Like do you mean like
You lift heavy stuff, your back's gonna go out.
that's why you use your legs?
You gotta be like,
That's why
What are
you
you
don't
doing?
you don't hunt over to grab things. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, what? You don't extend your shoulders.
That's fucking
I'd say like
stupid.
be more formal. Be like more like when you're going out. Like
So you want me to
other
be
people-
you want me to be a prude? Is that
well,
it?
well, don't like just like casually. Like just like a little like not like
So be me like my freshman year acting as if I was going to an office.
This,
job.
yeah, this guy wore suits to school. That's a Brandon fun fact.
Yeah. No, like I remember as I had a bunch of shirts and slacks and whatnot that I wore. And I legit looked like I was going to work, like 9 to 5 out like in an office job somewhere.
hmm
And it sucked though because like you had freshman PE and you had to change,
Mm.
right? Because you can't be fucking running in that. It's fucking
Yeah.
stupid. So yeah. I mean funny little thing.
I remember in my freshman year PE, my PE teacher used to call me Flanagan every single day.
Flanagan.
That's a funny name.
Like,
That's like a
hol-
Flanagan.
Holy cow, Flanagan! But you had PE?
I did not.
No,
take
you did
PE.
not. This guy. Okay.
You didn't say PE?
I took volleyball.
Oh, I forgot about that. Wait, and then you didn't have to. How long did you do volleyball?
2
for?
years. I stopped after sophomore year because that's a requirement.
Okay, got you. I thought it was like, or is that for marching band that you had to do it for 4 years?
Yeah, it's marching band.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Because that's half a year.
My bad, Pimp. My bad.
Fuck no, I didn't know marching band. New thumbnail.
You just had to hit. You just had to hit it.
All right, guys. Thumbnail on 3.
What? All right, guys. Thumbnail in 1.
Your turn, Joanne.
No.
Come on,
No.
Joanne. 3, 2, 1. All right.
Oh.
No, that was my thumbnail for her episode of her and Ava side-eyeing me.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that screenshot. It was so funny.
Oh my gosh.
Ivan, you look like a pigeon. You look like a seagull.
You look like a bitch.
You look like somebody who jerk off in a sleeping bag.
I mean, he was Filipino,
Oh,
so
he
that's,
was?
yeah, that's straight.
I mean, runs in the fam.
runs in the genes, man. Runs in the genes.
Mhm.
You know, like that's kind of okay. Speaking of friends that I used to know,
Yeah.
the only
Ooh, I should bring that up.
Wait,
the only friend. Speaking here.
Okay.
The only friend I only have one. I only have one like actual friend from elementary school left.
Okay.
Actually, the rest I met in middle school and high school. That's
Oh my gosh.
what is that?
Bro, how do you
Troublemaker
keep like
shit.
getting these clothing?
Why are you guys pulling up with the troublemaker?
Choir kids, I swear.
I was, you know,
Swear.
for our episode, I wore my troublemaker vest. You
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Well, because I was wearing I was wearing a suit because I was supposed to go up to LA
Yeah.
for something related to my birthday, but then my mom canceled. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I can stay here longer.
What did we do after that? I forgot what we did.
We drove up to that Dawa kitchen place. Remember? And we were,
Harnessing yourself.
and then we brought the seafood pancake home for
Yeah.
Joanne.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so good.
seafood. Okay, wait.
Really
I got a question for you two. What
Who
is
two?
Which
you
Which two?
you and you?
Okay, all right, got you.
What is like some advice you would like give like for me and Joanne in like the future, like
Joanne?
how to like to adapt
Well,
in the future?
I feel like
As in when we're gone?
Yeah.
oh, I mean, you gotta pass it off to the next generation, right? You know, there's gonna be, I don't know why, but there's gonna be people who are gonna be looking up to you,
Oh,
one
yeah.
way or another,
Yeah.
and you know, you can't really let them down. Unfortunately, you're gonna feel obligated to be a role model for them, you know. And then on top of that as well, for like you personally, like both of y'all personally, I feel like there's, and I say this to everybody I meet, but that they should not, if there's opportunities that they're given, you know, like take it, you know.
Mhm.
There's some there, and then like, and just experience things, you
Mhm.
know. I didn't get to do winter formal at all during high school. Granted, I heard it was boring this time.
It was
around.
very boring.
It was yeah. It was
I heard it was boring, but
Yeah.
like I honestly, my sophomore year or like my junior, oh no, sorry, my excuse me,
I know.
should have.
Two people got into a fight. That was like the only entertaining thing.
Damn.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I guess that's the only fun. But like, my sophomore year, I didn't go to winter formal, nor did I do it freshman year, and I should have, you know. And I say, and I use that example because I don't want you.
last year too.
It was.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm glad.
I remember
my
our
junior-
freshman year. That was lit.
I heard freshman year was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I-
like
I
people
should've done it.
actually liked homecoming and like winter formal and like
Well, homecoming for me was like the first time ever, and
Yeah.
then okay. Here, a funny fact though, I got to the point where at the end of homecoming, I felt like I was high, but not that
Yeah.
I didn't, but like it was like high on life,
Mhm.
you know. And it got to the point where people got annoyed.
Mhm.
Like I was stealing somebody's shoes, and they're like, "Dude, we'll get a security guard." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, yo, I'm playing, dude. I'm playing. Why could be such a prude?"
Yeah, it's like you're on the roll.
Yeah, I know. It's like, you're having a fun time. You know, you're high on life.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Miss Girl? What advice do you have for us?
I think that even though you guys think you're getting that old because, you know, you're graduating high school, I feel like you should know that you still have a lot of time left. Like
Real.
you're only what, like 17, 18 now? Like considering that,
Unfortunately.
yeah, you might feel really old, but in like the long like span of life, you're really not. So I guess you guys should also listen to the advice that you guys gave us because you guys still have lots of time left.
I mean, yeah, and that's why. I mean, at least for myself, I try to do, experience things and do, try and make new friends, and just like do things because I know there's some things that I won't be able to continue doing forever. So
Hey,
at least do it
Ivan.
once.
I don't know if you answered this yet, but what is some advice you would give us?
Other than what I've said before, like, that's a good question. There's a lot I could say, but it's hard to like come to mind right now, But
Paraphrase it.
I think
Nah, bro.
this is. I'll expand more, but like, don't look down on people, Like, even if it's
Like the young people?
yeah, sure, younger people, but people who are less experienced than you and some other things. Like, never look down on people. Always be helpful rather than just like putting them down, whatever. Because like talking shit or complaining will just make you look worse, And that way, you don't look down. You can meet new people, meet new friends, and then have new experiences. Like people who you don't know or who you may think is less talented than you can teach you a lot about yourself. Like you guys, that was the same thing for my situation too. If you guys don't know, Rylan here is an amazing singer. He's an amazing singer. And Joanne.
Yeah, and Joanne too. Let's not forget.
Yeah, Rylan's an amazing singer.
And Ivan.
A lot you could learn from him.
Well, we ain't
Ivan-
talking about
Ivan had a
talking
solo.
about him right now. Okay.
Okay.
It's about you. So yeah, it's like you could learn a lot from people you may never know,
Right. Yeah. And I think that's also like one of the things I regret too. Is granted, I can't really blame it all on myself, but I do wish that like I just heard more people out, like heard people out more, or wasn't so close minded, or
Pick it up.
pick it up, bro.
Yeah.
Pick it up, bro. Pick it up, bro.
Hello? How did it go so far?
Fidget spinner, dude. It spins.
My lordy Lou.
It's transportive.
You could also use this one. This one doesn't turn on, so
You just click click click
Yeah.
click click click.
or you could like adjust it.
So it's literally a bomb.
Yeah,
It's a detonator.
This is Rachel. This is before I met my friend who his name is actually Rachel, but this one is named Rachel.
Bro, what?
So which ABG gave that to you?
Me.
Oh, I stole that actually.
What? What?
Let me guess, sophomore year?
No, last year.
Never mind.
Okay.
So there was this ABD girl who was always walking behind in the parking lot, and this fell off her backpack, and I could have given it to her, but I was like, nah, I'll keep it.
She probably didn't remember.
Yeah.
Probably from an ex-boyfriend anyway. She probably waiting to let that thing go.
Oh, I need to give that one away too.
What?
From my ex-girlfriend. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I want to ask you guys,
Actually, I have a hair clip from my ex.
why do you still have that?
Why do I still have it? I don't know.
Give it to your mom or something.
You still have a hair clip?
Nah, I'll probably just throw it away. at this
Wait,
rate.
Yeah.
what,
Actually, no. I'll sell at a yard sale for like
Why
5
would-
cents.
why would you give a hair clip
No, I didn't give a hair clip.
why would you give a hair clip an ex's hair clip to your mother?
Well, yeah, exactly. Why
No,
would I
it's
do
it's
that?
material. It
Why would I
doesn't
do
matter. A
that?
tool is a tool,
Why would I?
But
do
like
that?
it's still your ex's, she wore it still.
and your mom is still your mom. It doesn't matter. Just give it. What?
I think it's probably just like, oh, I wouldn't do that.
All right, what's your question,
I'd probably
Ivussy?
throw it away.
Do you guys believe big friend groups, as in like one altogether, can really work for long term?
Fuck no.
You really don't.
I'm sorry. No, I'm gonna have to say a.
Well, it depends on who it is. Depends on who it is. If
Defend
you're
your
like
point.
lifelong friends or like just like friends you met like height like
No. I feel like I've seen this not only in myself but in just other people. Like my dad, he had a bunch of friends in high school, right?
Mhm.
But as of right now, like yeah, like he can like because a lot of factors played into it, but those friends, like he can go back to his hometown and I'll say hi to them, and have like dinner with them, or like and just have like a beer with them.
Mhm.
But in terms like of an actual like real friend, I'd say he only has like 1 to 2 left. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like those are his lifelong friends because they've gone through so much. And in fact, I'd say he only has one lifelong friend. one best friend who they've gone through so much shit together. And that's that. And I thought I would have had the same thing as well, but I mean that kind of fell out. So
I think
whatever.
I think multiple friend groups can work, but not one big friend group.
Yeah.
'Cause
Like in small
two-
sections. In small sections.
Yeah, like 2, 3, 4, and then multiple different ones. I think that works.
I think I want to move on to something that like I feel like a lot of us think about it, but very few of us attain it, and that is like the fantasy of having like a friend or whoever, or like
BFF.
no, not BFF, but like no, it's I think we talked about this before, but like can guy and girl just stay friends? I said like, yeah, no, I don't know about that, but it's that fantasy of that many people have that but most don't get, is that like those friends of opposite gender, they slowly does that expand into more.
Yeah.
And I know one person here who can check off that box, is this guy. So tell us about it.
I'm sorry, I don't know. Can you repeat the question again?
Oh my fuck! You gotta be shitting me.
I'm sorry. All right. So
I was talking about how friendship, well, ones that happen to do with like the opposite gender,
Okay.
how that
And blossom.
can blossom into something more. And I was trying to correlate how that may work with your situation, because none of us here have that except for
like
you.
my relationship.
Yes.
Wait, don't-
Sorry.
Don't do that.
Oh my bad. Yeah.
Bad boy.
You saw nothing.
Bad boy.
Okay.
Yeah, just
So-
stick with one of these or one of those.
So, okay, this is really ugly. Okay, so
Oh my god.
It's ugly.
okay,
Oh my god.
okay. So I started like, so I didn't really know her as well, but
I mean, you can name drop if you want.
wait, can I say her name?
You can, but don't say anything too crazy.
Okay, so
Or as long as she's okay with it, I should say.
I started meeting her as a freshman year, and then sophomore year, we got more close, and
Yeah.
we started talking, we started getting more comfortable with each other, and I started liking her, and because because I had a crush on her like 2 months ago, because we were playing why are you laughing? Okay, so I had a crush on her 2 months ago, and we were playing lovers at the time. And I didn't like her because of that, and I didn't like her because
was that the black box play or no?
no, it was curtains.
As
No.
playing lovers.
No, lovers. Oh, my bad, pimp.
I really liked her because she was sweet, she was kind, she was like everything to me, and she was amazing, and I was so. If you know me out there, you would know I am a pussy when it comes to like asking girls. Like I will like give like the best advice, but I can't like ask.
That's so true.
Because like
Real though.
In
Real.
in 8th grade, I had a crush on this. I had a crush on this girl, and I was so scared to ask her. Like I was scared. And anyways, it was just like it's horrible. And then I told myself this year is different. I'm gonna ask her out, and I asked, and this was before 2 days.
Hell yeah, dude.
2 days before Valentine's Day, I asked her, and I was actually really shocked that she liked me back. I asked her to be my girlfriend the day before Valentine's Day, and she said yes, and then that's where the chapter began, and
Chapter began.
Like,
And the writer is still going with this.
and it's been going incredible. She's amazing, and she holds a special place in my heart. So yeah.
I like
I'm so lonely.
that.
Bro. Anyways, talking about loneliness. So, when I was younger,
Yeah.
so coming to this year, I kind of changed. Well, it happened over time, but this year I switched up my personality a lot, try to be a lot nicer and more caring and all those types of things. Because a big part of it when I was younger is that I didn't have, for the most part, that big role model.
Uh-huh.
Or like someone to care for, with the exception of a couple people. But I want to do that for other people, which I never had. In some situations where I felt like super alone with my trauma and my previous history, like I didn't have anybody to be like a resource to help me or like guide me or like therapy me through that, you know? So I kind of want to be that person that I wish I had to others. You know what I mean? Have you guys ever related to that, being the person you wish you had when you were younger?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Also,
Well, I think it has to do with like knowing your past self, and hindsight's 2020. So you have that that want of going back and telling your former self like, hey, everything's gonna be okay, or things don't have to be this way, or you can do better, or something like that. Actually, it reminds me of this the ending of this one movie, Shawshank Redemption. Morgan Freeman plays a character. He's like been in prison for 40 years, right? And but he has like a parole hearing every 10 years. So what happens is like at first he's saying like the parole board's asking him, do you feel rehabilitated? First time he's like, oh yes, no trouble here. Gets denied. Second time, have you been rehabilitated? I mean, yeah, I feel like that's, yeah. And then denied. And the third time they ask him, he's like, you know what? What the fuck does rehabilitated mean? You know, do I feel sorry for what I did? Yeah. And do I wish I could go back and tell my former self, like, you're so stupid. Why do you have to do this or whatever? Right. And and he regrets it all. But he knows that
you can't go back.
He can't go back and change that. So, and if that's the case, then he doesn't. Then he can't really give a shit, and that's how he got released from prison. So, that's kind of how I feel about it. It's just like, well, you have to go with the flow at that point. You can't. I mean, I tell myself this a lot. I tell other people this a lot, that like, you can't ponder on the past. You have to get past it you have to get through it at some point. So. And that's the kind of advice that I try to live with for myself, and that sometimes I struggle with, day by day.
What do you think, Private Rylan?
I like that. I like that.
So every day I try to be, so in elementary school I was one kid who wants to be friends with everybody.
Same.
Like, because I didn't want to be hated. I just wanted to be friends with everybody. Because like in elementary school, everyone had beef with each other. Like a certain group had beef with each other. There was like the athlete group. Because like popularity is like solely based on like athletics and not like who's like the most athletic.
Hey, I bet you can get to the end. I bet you can get to the end of the monkey bars.
Oh my god!
And there's like whole beef, and like this is where like everyone was like they were like so happy and so innocent. Like, I just want to be friends with everyone. I did, and then some people hated me because like of beef, and then like in third grade, I was bullied in second and third grade.
Okay.
So it was pretty rough for that time. It was for that time. And then growing up, I learned, and that was like during like elementary school, that was something I was like I couldn't like stop thinking about. And then going on was
going on to
like middle school is like,
okay,
hey, fuck that shit. And then I'm in high school, and then like I meet like all these like, new people. I meet like people in the musical choir, and like I get introduced like to all this stuff, and yeah,
you move forward.
Yeah. And then like adapt to life, and then embrace on like the future, and like define what the past defines you as.
What do you think, Miss Girl?
I wasn't that nice of a kid in elementary.
Most Korean response ever.
Yeah. But then 4th through 6th grade, I moved to a different school. And it was kind of the worst experience of my life. So I feel like I kind of got like pulled away from like a lot of the comfort of being like with the people I already knew in like elementary. And then COVID, and then middle school, I was really immature, 9th grade too. But I feel like as I get like older, well, I guess not that much older, but like as time goes on, like I start to like mature a little bit more, hopefully.
Yeah.
And so there's a quote if you can't go right where everybody left, and you can't go left where nothing is right, then you just have to go forward. And with that, we're leaving with this episode of the Talking Stage here. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Ivan Bascos. Today I was joined with
Joanne.
Ryland Flanagan.
And Brandon.
and thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for these people for coming on. I'm going to be expanding different types of content, which I'll tell you guys. But for now, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hell yeah.
And then